desperation on me.
Welcome to Comics League Dark. Of course, Robert. I am Jared. I am here with Robert. What's up, man?
Yo, what up? We got a new, right? Literally minutes before we started, we had a big news update.
Literally, I just sent Robert the link, and then all of a sudden I'm checking my phone. I'm like, oh my God.
We got to talk about this.
Let's start with that. I think that's a good thing to start with. So, Paul Jenkins is returning to Marvel to write Bob Reynolds. The Sentry is back, baby.
Yep.
Oh, because for those of you that haven't been tracking this character, so he was killed in Siege.
Well, twice. He's been killed twice.
Explain.
First time was during Siege.
Yeah.
And then the other time was in King in Black.
Oh, yeah. So Siege, King in Black, and we're getting to that, Tavia. So then he was like in limbo. I think he had been brought back as like a ghost or something like that.
Well, no,
so
that was the thing that, well, yeah, kind of, sort of.
That's why I say kind of, sort of. But then Marvel published this crappy miniseries. And essentially what it was is they essentially tried to replace the...
They tried to Reign of Superman him.
Yeah, and then
all I don't give him props to that. The idea, I give him props.
Yeah, and essentially, the new Sentry was a disabled black woman.
In the end, that's the one that stayed.
And I go, you're being a little stereotypical there, Marvel.
I think she was supposed to represent the Steel side.
Yeah, but and then the one that was the most like Sentry was the evil one. So anyway,
of course, because they had to.
So this is the second time that the following has happened. A thing for the MCU comes out, and this is the time, Robert, when synergy helps us.
Third time.
Yeah. So the
first time was She-Hulk. Second time was Punisher, and now
the Sentry. So they're bringing back Robert. Right? He said the Sentry related, so it could be they're bringing back Bob. But I'm like, yes.
Yep.
Thank you. My boy is back.
Mm-hmm.
My boy is back. I have missed having the actual Sentry because you notice how no one at Marvel really used that character.
Yep. Just like no one used the Punisher, say for that new Punisher. I say new as in NU Punisher.
You mean Temu Punisher?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And yes, Tavia, I think they will.
I think that they're going to. They're gonna. Here's the thing: Marvel won't completely eliminate it, but they will ignore and pretend the character did not exist.
Just like they did with Temu Punisher.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I think. So. Great news. Marvel's making a good decision for once.
Yep, just a sec. Be right back.
Oh, he's getting his Sentry books. But yeah, that's the thing. And it's like, I am very happy about that. That is actually really cool. And it's like, we're finally back to having the
wait, let's be fair. Don't give Marvel the credit. Give Disney the credit.
Okay. Thank you, Disney. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm sorry. If it wasn't for Disney, Marvel would never have done it.
Thank you to the Thunderbolts.
Yep.
Because that was the movie that brought him back. Even though the Thunderbolts was not as successful as Marvel as the MCU would have wanted, still helpful.
Yep.
But so that's the thing that also I want to do. And then Tavia says DC also made a good decision with solicits. What do you mean, Tavia? Put in the chat. But anyway.
Oh, I know what he means. Tavia, do not jump there. Do not jump to that conclusion.
Is that the cover that I saw?
Even in the story, it's implying something's going on with John, but do not jump to that conclusion, Tevya.
It's March, right?
Yeah, Tevya, please do not jump there. Do not just jump with I won.
Yeah, because that's not going to happen. We've said
he's going to appear, yes, but I do not think that means old John is getting and older John's getting erased.
They're not gonna DH him again. I don't know how many different ways we can say this, Robert.
Now I get why he's jumping to that conclusion.
But anyway, but we're just trying to head you off at the past, Terry, because this has happened before.
Anyway. Yeah, Tevya, this has happened before. Do not just assume this means, victory.
Yeah, but anyway, so there's that. So let's go to the next topic. So you want to talk about the other return?
Sure.
All right.
The other return is getting a Marvel return is getting everyone in a tizzy.
Yeah, so let me get I don't have any clips for this character. All right, I'm gonna have to fix that. Steve Rodgers is returning. The GOAT is back.
Yeah, by the way, dude, you should get I got that reference.
I need that. So here's the thing. Anyone freaking out about this on Twitter, this is what happens when no one watches the show and no one watches the movie.
Exactly.
And reportedly, Sam is going to have the same screen time that he had in Avengers Infinity War.
Which isn't a lot.
It's not that much. Inside, Timo says...
Yeah, that's what we've heard, yeah.
There's only 4 Avengers. And the Thor one may have leaked out, and Robert, Thor's back too.
Well, we already knew that. We knew he was never dead.
No, what I mean is he actually talks like Thor.
Oh.
Like,
so in other words,
no jokes. Here's the dialogue.
Well, to be fair, I'm positive that
yeah, Taika
Hemsworth wanted that.
Yeah, so here is the dialogue from the Thor trailer, and Robert, tell me if this doesn't sound like Thor. It's in other words, Thor is trying to find his daughter. So what it says here is, of all the crowns, the kingdoms, the pride, I ask for none. Father, hear your son. I am not worthy of life, but still I beg you to let the thread lengthen. Not for thunder, not for war. Let me remain long enough to see my love once more. Yes! Are we back? I'm thinking we're back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Cameron, it's not old man Steve. It's America's ass Steve, according to the trailer.
Yep.
No, he wasn't.
Apparently, it's a different point of time.
Yeah. So what happened? By implication, this is Steve after Endgame, like when he left with Peggy, because he has the Endgame suit in the trailer. And people are like, well, he could come back as another identity. Then why is he grabbing his Endgame suit?
Exactly.
So I'm like, this is literally like, remember when at the end of All New, All Different, when Marvel's like, bring him back?
Yep.
This is literally what that was. And it's like, again, you have people freaking out about it because these are the people that weren't really fans of Captain America and stuff. They really weren't, and they're upset that Sam wasn't giving a chance. Yes, first off, yes, he was, and second off, it didn't work.
Exactly. Well, I was saying the chance he was given was a lousy one.
Oh yeah, 100%. But it's like there's not that much they could have given him. And when something fails,
whoa, no, NJ, no, do not go that far. Do not go that far.
They're probably both gonna be in the cap suit. I doubt they would put him back as
Falcon. Yeah, do not go that far. Do not. Yeah. Let's not go there.
I mean, we all knew for Doomsday they had to get back everyone. Yeah, exactly. And the implication is, the other rumor is, an Iron Man is going to show up.
Wouldn't be surprised again if that goes to the rumor about Doom.
Yeah. What was the rumor again?
That he is actually just an alternate Tony.
Yeah, exactly. That would be actually really cool. That actually would be really dope. But it's like, again, if you do, this is the thing, Robert. You know what it reminds me of? Mike Carlin talking about when people talk about why are you killing Superman? When's the last time you bought Superman? Yeah, if no one's buying it, he goes, I didn't kill him, you did. So it's like,
Exactly.
if you're not gonna buy it, of course we're gonna do a creative change. That's what Robert, that's what comics do, right? Whenever a direction is not working, they go in a new direction. Ha ha ha. Actually speaking, there's a pair. Oh, also Disney Plus may be removing Ironheart from Disney Plus.
Yeah, that I heard. We know Jay Heat's happy about that.
Yeah, and I'm happy about that because.
Although to be fair, I don't think that means he gets out. He's getting out of
You could still find it. You could still find it.
I know, that's what I'm saying. He's not getting out of it.
But again, it's like this seems like Marvel is basically like, what worked? Well, here's the thing. They were never going to follow up Ironheart. Come on. That was just a project that was too far along for them to cancel.
And Coogler probably wanted to keep it going.
Yeah, but it obviously it's not. So so it's like Marvel's literally all new, all differencing everything. And I literally tweeted this and I go, so you mean all new, all different failed again?
Mm-hmm.
Can we not keep doing this? Because this is like a stupid. I don't get why they think it's a good idea to replace all of the iconic characters when people.
Because they really truly think that it's the only thing to do. Like that they're going to get all these new readers or viewers because they've been convinced, told that.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like that's the thing about this that's really, really stupid. It's like, look, it's like when they were doing this with the movies, I literally was like, okay, so this is going to fail. Because guess what happened? What happened to All New, All Different, Robert?
It too much changed all at once, and yeah, it failed badly.
Exactly. So I'm like, why would we expect anything less?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm just like, guys, come on. This is the easiest thing in the world.
Agree.
It's the easiest thing to predict. And yet we had to keep saying, this is not going to work. This is not going to work.
Because, again, they're convinced by the invisible audience.
Well, I hope this just shook them out of their look for the invisible audience.
You know what? Now, granted, I get it. They're trying to find new people to, watch it. I get it.
I get it, but you don't necessarily need to like do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you don't take away what people like instead of like instead of like contributing your own stuff. By the way,
Agreed.
I pulled up the solicit for Superman Unlimited 11. It says, what's worse than a fifth dimensional imp? A fourth dimensional demon. Okay, cool. John Kent faces off against his greatest arch enemy, a terrifying time-bending foe who's attacking him years before they've ever met. So it's a story in the past. They didn't de-age him.
Now they're bringing past John into this.
Witness the final moments of John Kent's Superman. Also in this issue, Superboy. No, wait. You better not miss this one. Yeah, so it's basically like let me put it this way. Based on the wording of that, it would make more sense if they killed John. They're not going to do that, but I'm saying that makes more sense because that gives nothing about like they're going to de-age.
Exactly. I'm sorry, Tavia, but it's quite clear that's not what they're doing.
So you didn't win. Anyway, a question. What does this mean for Endgame Cap's ending? Well, it's going to take place at the end of it. It's going to take place after that. Like maybe he gets called or like he's being hunted by Doom. So he has to be called back into action.
Mm-hmm.
So there's any number of ways you could take that.
Right. Agreed.
But so this is one of those things. It really does seem like we are in the self-correction stage. At least as it applies to Marvel. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
At least as it applies to Marvel. DC is on the path.
Yeah.
It's on the path. Have you seen that they're bringing in Green Arrow and Black Canary to Gotham? Tom Taylor writing.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Tom Taylor can write grounded characters really well.
Agreed.
When he wants to. That's the big question. When he wants to. He wants to write them well. Now we've seen Marvel to fix Spider-Man comics and everything will be fixed. That you're gonna be waiting a long time for that, brother. I'm just saying. The idiots in charge of Marvel are still in charge of Marvel.
Yep, we got to remember that.
But overall, I do like seeing how many things are like self-correcting. It gives me a little bit of hope. A little bit, not a lot, a little bit. Just a teensy tiny.
Now all they have to do is get rid of Trinity, right?
Oh, if they did that, that would restore all of my faith in Marvel.
I know.
I'm not expecting that. I like put it this way. I'm not like it's definitely going to happen. I think it can happen. It's not going. I'm not like, oh, it's definitely going to happen, because you never know with these people. But all I'm saying is, like, if they do that and this, guess what? Then DC will have a little. I get the feeling. I don't want to speak for Brit, but the DC could gain a lot of respect.
They could. Yep.
I'm just saying. But anyway.
Speaking of WB.
Yeah, let's go with that. All right. So we have updates in the sale. So and Netflix is definitely winning, and Paramount apparently lied about their deal.
Yep.
Or like over exaggerated, or tried to like, it sounded like they tried to fear monger about like, oh, this is going to take so long to get through the regulators and stuff.
Yep.
Oh, also, NJ brings up a good point. They're doing stuff with Yara in New Titans. So again, that's actually really cool that because here's the thing about Yara. She's a great character that either has been used poorly by a certain creator or not at all.
Yep.
So again, this is the potential for them to like redefine the character, which she desperately needs redefining, right, Robert?
I agree.
She desperately needs it.
Hey, she had a cameo in Wonder Woman versus Lobo.
Please don't mention that book.
Hey,
so,
she won. She won.
Here's the thing, Cameron. Netflix reiterate. They have an entire website where all it is the picture of like WB and Netflix, and it says they're going to keep like both companies intact and operating independently.
Everyone keeps thinking they're lying. Everyone keeps thinking they're lying.
You know what? Until they show me they're lying, I'm going to assume they're telling the truth. How's that?
Exactly. I agree.
Until I see something concerning, I'm not going to freak out. I'm not one of those.
And even originally we kind of did freak out about the what their statement was about the WB games, but it wasn't that bad.
What that was is So the headline was Netflix does not see any like value in WB. In WB games, and I go, okay. That's deceptive, because what it actually said is that they didn't attribute as high a value compared to Warner Brothers' other assets. That's what that meant. It wasn't like they thought it was worthless.
Nope.
I'm like, what the hell, guys? That's not what this means.
That's what they want people to think it means.
It's for clicks, my brother. It's for clicks. But so
both are clicks and for other reasons.
Now let's talk about what this means for the comic arm, because that's what everyone's going to ask. Now, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Because that they said that they're going to keep everything separate, this is a little bit more of a like plus, because it means that they're not outright going to get rid of DC. The most that they would do, like this way, if they want to take action at all, that's a big if they want to take action at all, what that would most likely be is they would pressure DC to like improve their sales
and maybe go all digital. Maybe.
I highly doubt that. I think that would be the last resort. Now you may be wondering, what would they do to reduce sales? A lot of things. On the table would be another Flashpoint style reboot, but I'm not saying that's going to happen. No. I'm just saying that's one of the options that would be available to them if they really wanted to do that. In other words,
right?
But it's like, so what do you think, Robert?
I think personally that, again, unless they show any sign proving otherwise, we have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, until because it's like the interesting
And we won't even know
thing-
until a year after the sale happens.
Yeah, and the other thing is like I heard from people that like have context for DC that not a lot of that a few of them aren't really that concerned so far. Again, the emphasis is on the so far because it's like again we don't know that much about what's going on.
Now I'll say this: Bleeding Cool really wants Mark Millar to take over DC.
Did Rich say it again?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm going to give you guys a piece of advice that has benefited me immensely. Are you ready? Don't pay attention to anything Rich Johnson says.
I know, but he keeps on thinking like because he
You know what's
decided
funny,
to
Robert?
go off social media, he must be.
When he was covering the newest issue of Wonder Woman, he goes, the series that everyone loves to hate, but it's one of my favorite books. And I go, no one cares. No one cares.
Yep.
And Tavia, the only reason why they bring up Mark Millar is because he's an executive at the company of Netflix. So the thinking is, and it's not like altogether illogical thinking. Let me be clear: is that Netflix would put like him in charge?
But again, not likely.
Not likely. And would he want the role? It doesn't seem like he does. So that's the chief key thing there. He probably doesn't want to do that.
He probably doesn't.
So who knows at this point? But it's like overall, I would say that hearing how much Paramount lied, because even one of their chief investors, the investment fund run by Jared Kushner, pulled out of the deal. That's when I was like, oh, it's done. It's gonna be
if Kushner pulls out, it's pretty much done.
Oh, and Emancipating Poet, the comics, not necessarily the show. Because that's
no, he's involved with both.
Now, what Sil was saying on his show that I actually think is very possible is that Netflix also wants to produce original DC content that they could put on straight to Netflix, like original stuff not connected to the DCU. That I could definitely see happening, and in which case that is a scenario for a Snyderverse return. I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying. But it's like, oh, and on that, please don't all of a sudden go, we won. No. If it's confirmed and announced by DC and Zach, yes, celebrate all you want. Until then, because we've all been burned before on this. Like, does no one remember? The answer is no. We were. Remember when everyone thought Zaslav was going to restore the Snyderverse? Did he? Yeah. So it's like, wait, take your time, people. It's ridiculous. I hate when people like jump the gun, pun intended, on that. Yeah, it gets really annoying. But besides that, let's do a little. Well, actually, we zoomed through these topics, so let's just do a little a question answer. Ask us whatever questions.
Why don't we talk about the new solicitations?
That's a great idea. Let's do that. All right, so I'll pull up the DC.
Yeah, because we kind of go way too fast.
Yeah, it's like because a lot of these topics didn't necessarily require a lot of like discussion, kind of. All right, so let's do this. I pulled up the solicitations for DC for March. Let's do this. Oh, and this is when I'm going to be buying Wonder Woman. Yay! All right. So the Lobo book is done by Scotty Young and art by Jorge Corona. Well, Corona's art on Transformers was stellar. So and Corona's art works for Lobo.
And let's be honest, so does Scotty Young's writing.
Hey, Robert, I know one book I'm buying.
Yep. And Tony Flees from Feral.
Yeah,
and Stray Dogs.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll talk about that, Tavia. Batwoman, this one could be pretty interesting. I mean, it is like Greg Rucka
returning.
Yeah,
but the character we know he loves.
what's interesting is that Scott Snyder emphasized that this is to set these are meant to be like new reader friendly to jump on. They don't necessarily connect to the ongoing plot of DC, and I'm like, okay,
now, what do you
good.
think about what he said about events?
Where it's like it should be a good story first, and the universe should be better,
better and different.
Yeah, I like that.
And look at what's coming out of with KO.
And we'll talk about that. Anyway, so we have over here, we have DC KO 5. There we go. And it's like, so they kind of spoiled that like Superman is missing. And I go, oh.
I think that confirms he won, or Luthor won and then zapped Superman.
Here's the thing, though. In the solicits for Aquaman, it says that Aquaman's infused with Omega.
What was Omega? What he could have taken the Omega energy that Superman had.
I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. Absolute Batman number 18 with art by Eric Canetti. So they're doing a guest artist.
Yep.
Oh, interesting. There's the GOAT, Absolute Wonder Woman, Diana versus Zatanna. Hell yeah.
They're still continuing that.
I love that. That's awesome. The daughters of the most powerful magic users in the universe. Are we going to see Absolute?
Cersei and Zatara.
Mm-hmm. That's great. Here's Absolute Superman teaming up with Absolute Hawkman, it looks like. It's Absolute Parasite! Okay, that makes so much sense. That's so cool.
Yeah.
I love Superboy Prime reading Absolute Superman.
I do love that. We'll get to that.
That is so cool. Absolute Martian Manhunter.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's a thing. Absolute Flash. I like that cover a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute Green Lantern. Loving Absolute Green Lantern. Oh, look, it's Green Lantern 600.
Yep.
Good Lord, look at these covers.
I cannot. Yep, I know, and I cannot wait.
Oh my God, this is great. And by implication, looks like we're gonna have a Emerald Wedding.
Maybe. And who's coming to take back over on Earth?
Kyle. So now the Kyle people are gonna have their
happiness,
their time. And Kevin Davis, I disagree. If it was written well, they would have at least like given it more of a shot.
I agree.
But then we have, what's this one? This is The Nice House by the Sea. Oh yeah, James Tynion for Vertigo. I'm like, okay, it's not really my thing, but okay.
Well, and that's the big point. Like we're just not big fans of it.
Mm-hmm. And it's not that I don't like Absolute Martian Manhunter. It's really dense and hard to get what's going on, in my opinion.
Yeah, you got to read it through a couple of times out of all the other books.
Mm-hmm. I still like it. It's still fun. Let me put it that way. I'm going to speak through all the Vertigo books because I'm not really a Vertigo guy.
Don't care.
Here is, DC meets AEW.
2 issues.
I may actually pick this up because this actually looks really cool. It's by Orlando.
Yep.
Interesting.
I thought, you know what? I still thought he wasn't going to be around because he didn't like Scott.
He didn't.
Oh, wait. Where's the talk about Spider-Man, Superman?
Not yet. Hang on. I think if that's the Marvel one, it won't be in the DC.
Oh no! It's the DC one.
Oh, so let me see. I haven't.
All those creators involved are DC creators.
All right. Oh yeah, Tom King. All right, so Batman,
among others.
This book.
Quit focusing on the bad dude.
Oh, this is 31. I won't be buying this one. I'll be done at this point. The matriarch commences her crusade, so as heroes and villains fall to her insurmountable power. That's like in wrestling when WWE tried to force Roman Reigns to be a thing. Except with this, she's never gonna get that redemption arc. But it's like time's up for the princesses of Themyscira, as the Queen of America will not rest until they bow to her will. So Wonder Woman and her daughter Trinity must unite. Oh, so Wonder Woman's actually going to play a role.
I told you this is what was going to happen.
Mm-hmm. The Eisner-nominated creative duo. You mean the Eisner Award losing?
That's why they said nominated.
The multi-Eisner Award losing. But this is interesting. So the Wonder War apparently is going to take place only in the future.
Well, I get that's usually how these stories go, dude.
No, I mean, that's interesting. I'm like, so we can't screw up with current lore. The other thing, people will go see Supergirl Clayface Doom Messiah at the theaters. First off, Doom Messiah is a different thing that can't be included. And don't be so sure about Supergirl and Clayface, bro. I'm just telling you.
Right.
But as far as like this, it's like, okay, well.
Oh, and Kevin, they already have one.
And that is most likely to win. Well, yeah, of course. Yeah, that was earlier in the stream. So, Catwoman 85 series is okay. They're giving her Cassandra Cain powers, bloodbending powers.
Yeah.
Bloodbending is the stupidest thing I have ever
so
heard.
they're making her Domino, in other words.
Mm-hmm.
That's like Domino's powers.
Harley Quinn, do not care. Poison Ivy cover looks pretty good.
Oh yeah, look what it said about Poison Ivy. Look what it said about Ivy.
Where's that? In the beginning, it's the beginning of a brave new era for Poison Ivy as Pamela Isley ascends to the role of mayor of Gotham City.
Mm-hmm.
I'm buying this book. That is awesome.
That is an interesting idea.
And it's the beginning of a new arc, so I can actually jump in on this. Harley Ivy, skipping. World's Finest, where it's the World's Finest versus the Earth 3 World's Finest. That's such a great
and
idea.
it's the issue before 50.
Yeah, that's a fantastic. I will be definitely checking this out. Detective Comics, it's Green Arrow and Black Canary is showing up. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So Pete Woods is drawing that. Oh, interesting. And then Nightwing.
Oh, a new artist.
Mm-hmm. Dennis Cohen. Okay.
Guys, the co-creator of Static.
Action Comics. Okay, interesting. It's like for all the Superboy stuff, and then we have Supergirl 11. Looks like she's teaming up with Connor.
Yep, and Boy Thunder.
Oh, it's sweet.
Look up. Go look back up. Look back up.
Oh yeah.
So we got the sidekick back.
By the way, Sophie, you will earn my loyalty if you have Connor get a better haircut.
Nah.
So this one. So Superboy Prime is going to be the Superman of the DC universe.
Bro,
right
and we
now.
know this is temporary, just like Superwoman was temporary.
Except this is less contrived.
What?
Oh. And then here's by the way, that's an interesting costume for. Is that Flamebird?
I think that's what to be John's new costume.
That might be the fourth dimensional demon.
Or it could be, maybe not.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's.
Now, I do like that they are bringing Kid John back, but that doesn't mean that he's taking over.
According to this, it's temporary because they're going into the past.
Or he's brought forward. Who knows?
No, it just says they're going back into the past.
That's true. That's true.
Interesting how it says, witness the final moments of John Kent's Superman.
Yeah.
Interesting. And then we get to Adventure.
Now, that might mean he's going to gain a new identity.
Thank you. Then we have Book of L, which I'm like, okay.
I'm enjoying it still.
Aquaman.
Oh, yeah, Emperor. Emperor.
I like that. And so all you people freaking out about Mara dying, she's back.
She's been back.
Yeah, so it's like, and I wonder how they're going to resolve the evil Andy thing. That would be interesting.
Yeah, because she's still on the cover. And I think she's the Crimson Queen.
That is cool. I like that.
Which proves redheads are evil.
Yeah.
Get it?
Yeah, exactly. Flash 31, not really interested.
No, new creative team.
That is interesting. I'll pick up the first issue to try that out. Hey, what's up, Punk? He says, I have read the first issue of KO and I enjoyed both of them. It's great seeing someone with a non-Tom King Wonder Woman in it. Also, read Absolute Wonder Woman. That will also help you out. By the way, fantastic profile cover, man. But so Justice League Unlimited. So Superman is missing, so they have to expand. Looks like they're adding the villains to the league. Are they really putting Harley Quinn on the league again?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, hey, wait a minute. Go back. Let me look at it, the cover again. Oh no, that's just normal Harley. I thought it was still displaced Harley.
Yeah. Then we have New Titans, which is Yara.
New creative team.
Yeah, and okay, so here's the thing. Well, let me see. So yeah, is this Connor or is this the new
That's
identity?
John's S. That's John's S.
Yeah, so I'm wondering. So this is probably going to be the new identity for John. So it looks like it's Yara, Stephanie, John, and
Who knows? I can't. And Tara probably because
he's
they
riding
did.
a rock. Who else rides a rock?
That's true.
So I'm like, okay. Here's the other thing I like about this new team. So it's not like it's just Nightwing, Starfire, Raven. It's like, okay, let's do something.
Why
new.
Lex Luthor on the team again? This is still continuing on Williamson's redemption of him.
Green Lantern Corps? Yeah.
That's still going. And look at what it said about Guy.
He has the all sight of Oa.
So that's probably something else. That's something that he got from KO.
Okay, interesting. JSA Year One.
Continuing, yep.
Batman Beyond and Static Beyond. Okay, interesting. And oh yeah, the Harley Quinn, like Sirens Love Hurts. Not interested. Not interested in Gotham City Academy. The reprint.
No, you're pretty much okay. Now we're done with them.
Let me. I'm buying this Wonder Woman 1. Let me see here. I'm trying to get to the Superman, Spider-Man stuff.
Unless it's not.
Of course, they're reprinting Salvation Run.
Yep.
Of course, they're reprinting Salvation Run. They would have. That's the only trade of that run that I don't have. Oh, they're reprinting League of One.
And look at else. There's something else in there. Daylight Classified. Cole.
That's what the old trade has, as a matter of fact.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it has a never before seen dragon cat from the making of the book. Okay, interesting. So let's see what else. I'm trying to find the.
I don't know if it's on there. I know, but there are some solicitations that include it.
Is it for March?
Yeah, for March, because that's when it comes out.
I may have bet at the very.
Hold
top.
on, let me try. Yeah, it might be at the very top.
No, okay. Let me do this. It's not in this list.
Hold on, then. I know I got one that does have it.
And so, NJ, here's the interesting thing about that. Robert and I were talking about this. I think if they are going to end the run, whether or not that's because of King's workload or such, at the end of the Wonder War would be the way to do it, because from the way he's been hyping up the Wonder War, he has it's all come down to this language with it. And Robert, typically, you can tell me if I'm wrong. Typically, when a writer says it's all come down to this, isn't that kind of code for it could that be interpreted as code for I'm done?
It could be, but it could also just as easily be code for I'm wrapping up everything from the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. So let me put it this way. Don't celebrate until you're 100% sure.
Just look for Spider-Man. Just look for Spider.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, there it is.
And yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, but read it. Read what it said for who the team up is. The villain team up.
Let me see here. Brainiac and Doc Ock. That is something that I could see.
Wow. More likely than Doc Ock and Lex, when that should have been Goblin.
Jimmy.
Which I gotta say, the Marvel one better include that team up.
Yeah, better. Who would win in a fair fight, Pa Kent or Uncle Ben? Oh, wow, that's great. But Jeffrey will take us deep into the past of these two men bond in the face of adversity. Looks like they're going to be serving in the war together.
Yep.
Yeah. Punk says I read Absolute Wonder Woman trade paperback and I liked it. Hell yeah! It's the only good. It's the only good Wonder Woman book that DC is putting out. But yeah, so that's DC again has a lot of stuff that's actually impressing me.
Yep.
So I'm like, okay, DC has me wait. Did the Marvel? Oh, here we go. It comes up. Let's do this. Let's check. Wait. Is
No, not all of them are out. Not all of them. I think that's next week.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So we can cover those. Actually, well, here's parts of them. So we'll talk about the ones that are immediately available. Let's do that. By Tevia, why does Spider-Man 2099? Wait, wrong thing. Why does Spider-Man 2099 and Legion? Why not? Superman Beyond is not a thing.
Well, no, there isn't. Okay, they mean Superman from Superman Beyond, or from Batman Beyond.
Yeah, but then why don't you just do Batman Beyond then?
Well, because we're focusing on the Superman characters.
No, I know, but it's like that's why that wouldn't happen.
That's true.
Plus, Superman Beyond is not a name that's like really a pull like Batman Beyond is. DC's doing everything good except they badly failed Wonder Woman. Let me put it this way, NJ. Absolute Wonder Woman is coming out, so that proves they haven't failed Wonder Woman. Anyway.
Yep.
So we got Captain America 8. I am so glad I kept this series. It got really good. And now we're in the modern days.
Yep.
It proves, give the series, the way I say it, give this series at least one arc before you decide, okay, I'm done.
Right.
Because so far, Chip Zdarsky's really impressing me. Wolverine, the Weapons of Armageddon. I love how many times Chip had to come out and say, I'm not rebooting Marvel.
Yep. It's just a different name.
By the way, do we care about anything X-Men at this point?
Nope. I know I don't.
I gotta ask that, man. I mean, all the stuff looks good on paper, but it's like, oh my God, no. Oh, look, Magic. Yep. That definitely has not fallen to crap lately.
Yep.
Wade Wilson, Deadpool. Every time I see Shadows of Tomorrow, I'm like, skip. So many X books. Oh, wait, The End 2099. Interesting.
That's still going on. Yes, that's wrapping. That's bringing everything. At least Orlando has been working on to an end, and then he's going to do a different era.
Okay. Imperial Guardians looks really good. I'm picking this book up.
Yep. That's continuing off of where what's his name? Hickman left off.
By the way, I love Carol's costume. That is so cool. They gave her black now. All right. And then let's see what else. Okay, Moon Knight's interesting. Shadows of Maul. Okay, Darth Maul book. Daredevil by Stephanie Phillips.
Yep, I know so many people are getting are worried. Hey, Stephanie's not a bad writer.
We'll see. Logan, Black, White, and Blood. I'll wait until that's in trade, but that actually looks really cool. And the Ultimate books are wrapping up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna miss the Ultimate Universe. And then we get Phoenix, the Untold Story. Oh, yeah, that's a facsimile edition. And then, so that's about all that we got in terms of solicits. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. By the way, Tevia says Tom King and writing Mary Jane and Lois worries me, but I'm hoping it turns out good. We'll see. We'll see. I will say that crossover does sound kind of lame.
Hey, come on. Who else would you pair them up with?
No, I'm not saying about. Well, like this way.
You're saying the team up sound lame. I'm saying who else would you pair the two up with? The main love interest.
Pair Mary Jane with. Let's see. What's another character you could?
I know you're gonna say Wonder Woman. Or why? Because they're redheads.
No, because they're actually cool characters that get passed up a lot.
But but they're pairing up the main love interest.
I know, but it's like are you sure? Because according to Marvel, Mary Jane is not his main love interest.
As much as they want to deny it.
And Cameron brings up Mary Jane and Vicky Vale, but this is Superman, not Batman. If this were Batman, it would be less egregious. Let me put it to you that way. But yeah, but it's like, all right. And by the way, with this, I definitely feel like either end of this year or next, depending on when the last Superman one comes out, in other words, the Marvel side, we will get a Wonder Woman one eventually.
I think so too.
There's no way they don't complete that set.
Yep. Now here's the thing I'm thinking. I'm thinking that when the initial first crossover, the Batman Deadpool, I think that was more the agreement. Here's what I think. I think DC went to Marvel in order to try and do the initial crossover.
Mm-hmm.
But then they ended up trying to find the right word, coming to an agreement of, okay, we'll do it, but only if you and like the Spider-Man Superman one, they're like, okay, but only if you do this with Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be a case of it was DC, they wanted to do Deadpool, and then DC's the one who said, okay, but we have to do it with Batman.
Yeah, it makes sense because both of them were like the big like characters at the time.
So what I'm saying is, so that means they might not be intending it to be about the Trinity.
Yeah, and NJ, I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen, but I would say look at depending on how many issues. Because here's the other reason why I think the Wonder War is going to be the end. Because when you look, Robert, typically arcs are like maybe like 6 to like 8 issues, right?
Yep, thereabouts.
And that would end him about where we said he would stop, right?
Yep. Again, depends on how long this arc is supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly.
It could be a longer arc because it does sound like it's going to be a long one.
It really, anything he writes is a long one. But my point is, with this arc, this would put him roughly where, like, let me put it this way: this would put him in the issues like probably 40 to 45 range, which is where Robert and I said that's a safe bet on when he leaves the book.
Yep. And if he gets to 45, he'll probably then do a 5-issue epilogue to get to 50, so we can end on 50.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see. It just depends. But the point is, let me put it this way: at the end of the Wonder War, if he is leaving, they'll announce it and say, "Issue."
It's all come down to this.
Well, here's the thing: you'll start seeing language in the solicits like Tom King's monumental run has all led down to this. If they start saying stuff like that, then my ears will be standing up. Let me put it to you that way. Not guaranteed, but that's what I'm like. It's different when let's say when like when Stephanie Williams was coming on and everyone's like, oh, he's leaving the book. Yeah, but nothing in the solicits language actually said that. If you guys read solicits like we do,
like I do,
yeah, it's like no, it's if it's an end of the run, they will use language like the multi-Eisner nominated, or in my case, losing series, concludes with this epic storyline, or they'll start having other writers like tease Wonder Woman. That's when I would say, okay, I think we're safe. I think we're out of it. And 35 to 40. The reason I don't say 35 is since his arc is starting at 31, I highly doubt it's a 4-issue arc.
Mm-hmm.
So that's on the low end. As for the 40, let me see. Okay, so if he starts on 31, that would be 8 to 9. I could see. Okay, so let's assume it's 40, Robert. So he could do. Let's see, 1 to 38 or so would be like the Wonder War, and then maybe 39 and 40 is the epilogue.
Probably.
If they assuming that 40 is the end point. Which, speaking of DC books, Halter and Carol Farrell's will be permanent or a lie someone's backhand. Well, A, it's not written by Tom King, so it definitely won't be a lie. And second off, I feel like this is going to be permanent because this is one of those things that they have continuously played with in every iteration of Green Lantern.
Yep.
Plus,
and I think it's a case of if they do pull the trigger, then that's going to be something that obviously they had to approve of.
Yeah, I highly doubt, because here's the other thing. It's like, it's like I think that when you deal with like that type of marriage, Green Lantern is not that big of a character for DC to really care about that. Number one. Number two, the other part that makes me think that this is really real is because Green Lantern has literally no other real love interests.
Yep.
So it's not like you're going to be stepping on people's toes like if Superman married Wonder Woman or Wonder Woman married anyone that wasn't a woman. I had to bring up that.
Oh boy, do we have to go there?
Yeah, I know. But that was my point there. But it's like, that's why, again, it's very likely that this would be like that. Like this would actually be for real and be honestly a permanent thing. I could see this being because in every iteration they inevitably get back together.
Yep, inevitably.
Which is awesome because that's one of the few OG couples I actually respect besides Aquaman and Mera. Nightwing and Barbara marrying is dopey too. Well, they made it so you could undo that.
We want to go there?
Well, didn't they undo that?
No, they never undid. They never ever got married.
Well, death metal, kind of.
But well, true, but they never acknowledged it, and they could accept it as it's not fully, you know.
Well, it wasn't an actual like legal marriage thing, so it's like, oh, okay, that works.
Exactly.
Although, that would be so funny if they straight up just married Barbara and Nightwing, even though it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I don't think they're gonna put Corey and Nightwing back together because again, the Bat editorial doesn't like the Bat people with super characters. Other reason why Wonder Bat will never happen. So suck it.
Yep.
I really do because oh man, these superhero marriages keep getting undone. Yeah, exactly. So and that's the thing, Tevye. Again, Hal doesn't really have anyone else. That's the difference.
The closest, like look what they did when they did Cowgirl.
People forgot she even exists at this point.
Jeff seemed to drop her hard.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, likely this would be like, likely what this would be is like, it would last at the very least until the next reboot. Whenever that may be.
I do think this would be a permanent.
Yeah, me too. And I'm like, about damn time because Adams like spent like all of his issues trying to set this up. Anyway, so let's do Q&A. Ask us any questions you guys want about any of the topics or any topics that you guys would like to talk about. Please keep it at least tangentially related to comics. Honestly, they should just get married. Starfire is my ideal choice, but like you said, Jared, Toro doesn't like Batman's with suits. Yep. Let me put it this way, Cameron. They may not. People may not like that rule, but that's the one thing keeping Wonder Bat from happening. So imagine that. Realistic inside, the only option for one woman to marry Steve. No, actually, how about you not get married? Period. I'm of the opinion that, okay, because again, when Tom King came on the book, he talked about how a lot of Wonder Woman writers make the run about the love interest. It is really funny. Hindsight is 2020, looking back on it. But anyway, he's right about that. So my solution: don't give her a love interest.
Can't she be the only one that doesn't have one?
She doesn't need a love interest, and she doesn't need a daughter. So here's the thing, Robert. What were her most popular comic book runs?
Perez, Rucka, Jimenez.
In those, did she really have a love interest?
Technically, in Jimenez.
Barnes, kind of, but that didn't last. I mean, did she really have a love
interest? But no, if it didn't last, it does count.
Well, let me put it this way: Perez and Rucka, the two runs that everyone loves.
True.
Did she have a love interest in those? Yeah, there you go. And those are the best ones because they focused on Diana.
Yep.
That's the thing. Question: with Superboy Prime taking over as the main Superman, do you think he'll? Why would he be a villain if he's taking over as the main Superman?
Wait, what? Oh no, Tevye, remember? I don't remember. You remember this? He's been redeemed. He's been redeemed a long
since
time
death
ago.
metal.
Yeah.
And they just kept it.
Because that would have been disgrace if they just ignored it.
They would never do that because Williamson was setting that up.
Exactly.
So it's like, no.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I'm not going to hold that against Debbie because he could have just forgotten, you know.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, so what other questions do you guys have about DC Comics, solicits, any of the books that we're reading or are coming out, whatever you guys would like to talk about? Let's do this.
Yeah,
Anything at all. It expires tomorrow. Because Dear Lord was Prime a joke in the community for a long time. Not anymore.
Yep.
Not anymore. The goat is back.
Yep.
And I'm like, this is the right way to. It's like they're tied because it's very hard to redeem a character,
especially one that was as bad, evil as he was.
But they actually did it. This is the second time DC has really been able to do that. And the first time was Hal Jordan.
And who was essential for his redemption?
Yeah.
Well, I was like, Wonder Woman.
It's 1610 man. No, it's not an alternate dimension. He just went back in time and lived out his life with Peggy. That's what that is. What is kind of cool though is like when you look at the Russos have basically confirmed that in the funeral for Peggy, where you see all her pallbearers, the white-haired one, that's Steve. That's old Steve.
Yep.
So I'm like, okay, that's cool. I like that. You think we would get any cool interactions with Wonder Woman Superboy Prime consuming death metal? It depends on if Superboy Prime is on the Justice League.
That's true.
It depends because I don't see them crossing over Wonder Woman into those books, not necessarily yet. Not yet. Could they? Yeah, absolutely. And
they could.
It could be very interesting to see that. Speaking of solicits, but Ryan North taking over Flash because frankly, it's like superior run. I hope it could pull it. Where's the question in that?
Yeah, what's the question? Oh no, does he think we can pull it? Do we think Ryan North could pull it off?
Oh, okay. I never. Ryan North. He's the Fantastic Four guy. Yeah, I think so.
I think that's interesting that he's coming on. And hey, no, wait, that was Adams who worked on it. Never mind.
1610 asks, what's the MCU's Dr. Doom origin story going to be?
We don't know.
A lot of theories about this. A theory is that, okay.
And then it might be Iron Man who swapped taking that what if demon in the armor where they swap bodies in their youth.
That, or another one that I heard was that the kid is that, so that kid, because Tony Stark is adopted in the comics, what happens is, in this theory I heard, I don't think I like this theory, but the kid that Steve has, that's baby Tony. And I forget the actual theory about this. I'm gonna see if I can pull up the tweet about it. Let's see. Where is it? Because it was an interest. Okay, here we go. Here's the theory. Wait, hang on. Let me see. Hang on. Where's the theory? I'm trying to find it. Where is it? Come on. I'm trying to find it. Okay, hang on. Let me go to my saves in Twitter. A Tony that never learned his lesson. That's possible.
Now, I do think we're going to have a victor.
Oh, according to the Russos, he is Von Doom.
All right.
So it's not like oh, it's just Tony Stark, but he goes by Victor Von Doom.
Nope. Okay, that's good to hear.
Gonna see Avatar Fire, see all the I'm not gonna see the trailer. I'm not gonna see the movie 4 times just for the trailer. No.
Oh no.
They'll be on YouTube inevitably.
What about that's gonna be used as the justification for them to say, "Hey, people love Avatar Fire and Ice. It's going to continue on."
Yeah, how many of them? By the way,
two left. But Cameron did say if it doesn't do well, it could end here.
By the way, which I'd be interested in that. The theme for the X-Men leaked, And it sounds very much like the original movie's theme.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, okay, I can go with that. I like that a lot. But,
that was an interesting theme.
Yeah, it's like some
not
people
my favorite.
Some people are going to be upset that they wouldn't be using the 97 theme if that's true, but I'm like, that's not that X-Men though.
Exactly.
So let me see, where's that Dr. Doom? Let me see this. But anyway, stupid question, but was he adopted or is that recent? Tony was adopted.
That was a stupid retcon.
Who retconned that?
Slot. No, you know, it might have been before Slot, and then Slot just took the ball and ran with it.
Yeah, he's Javon Doom. There's a Dr. Doom Easter eggs in. Yeah, exactly. A lot of air does exist. Yeah, exactly. And that was really cool. I like that. But anyway, so let me see. There was a theory on this that I saw that was. Let me see this because I thought I saw something here because there was a good theory about the baby actually being him.
Interesting.
So I'm like, that would certainly be time travel-ish, but all right. But regardless, it's like it's actually kind of pretty cool. But anyway, so I like that Cheetah will be a member of the Justice League. She'll be complete her anti-hero path. Don't think that's gonna last. Everything goes back to normal. Plus, they're all the villains teaming up. And remember, if she was really competing her anti-hero arc, she wouldn't be a villain in KO.
That's true.
So, and by Tevia, it does sound like something He Who Must Not Be Named would do. Kieran Gillen did the Stark adoption right kind of Marvel now. Did he?
Yep. Oh no, yeah, it was. So it was Gillian, I think.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Thank you. But yeah, it's like as far as like Dr. Doom, it's like so what it is kind of interesting. So the last movie in the MCU, well, as far as we know, is just going to be them because reportedly the main characters are like RDJ, Thor, and Cap. So I'm like, oh, so everything that came afterwards was worthless.
Yep.
And then Cameron says, I thought KO was KO is canon. KO is definitely canon.
Yeah, KO is canon. What made you think it wasn't?
Well, it could be because in another like location and stuff, she's an anti-hero in the main Wonder Woman Cheetah in these two accounts. Well, isn't it interesting how in all other books she is a villain?
That's true.
That is very interesting. It's almost like Rucka's the only one that really wants that. Plus, here's the thing: don't be so sure if she's going to be a good person in the Justice League, because remember, it's all the other. By that logic, all the other super villains should be good people.
Yeah, by the way, I gotta say, going back to the solicitations with Scotty Young and Lobo, Scotty, I hate Fairyland, Young. Perfect.
Russo says Doomsday is a direct sequel to Avengers Endgame.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Which, of course, means most of what they've done in the other movies will be mostly for nothing.
Which
mostly.
Oh, and by the way, yeah, but it's like on that. It's like the Russos were not involved with the MCU in that, so it's like it's not that big of a deal. Just see, here's the thing. You know, it's kind of funny. Too many people base their entire identity around these characters. Like, I get being passionate, but I guess they really need to learn this.
Okay, they're talking about fictional characters.
Oh, by the way, you know something I kind of realized with the solicitation?
What?
It proves that DCKO wasn't going to be a Flashpoint.
Oh, yeah, because they did. Yeah, exactly. They didn't reboot anything. So anyone that thought that, all right. I was just saying the way they described it was interesting, or like they could do it, but
I had a feeling they weren't. And my guess is
the Lobo book. Do you think it's going to be bringing in Crush's Dog?
Maybe. We don't know. Not in the first issue.
Yeah, definitely not in the first issue. Eventually, probably.
With Scotty, probably.
Yeah, probably. And again, if there's ever a character that is made for Scotty Young It's Lobo.
It's Lobo. Given all the gore he does.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, that could factor in a lot of media. Yeah, exactly. Fictional characters, but yeah, it's like, yes, it's like here's the thing again, and here's the thing, Robert. A lot of the Cap backlash that we saw this week, you know what? It reminded me again of that James Gunn tweet where he said, "Don't assume. Please try and phrase things as I want this instead of we want this. Don't try and project your wants on other people."
Because everyone, again, it's the big problem with that, especially ever since Tumblr failed. When Tumblr existed, it caused people to all think, "Hey, we represent the world."
Yeah, it's like Twitter, even though most of Twitter is bots.
Yep.
So it's like, don't go
Or
off
again,
of-
or it's like an island that they think is the world.
It's like too many people we want Wonder Woman to be bi, and I go, okay, who's we? Show me the numbers.
Look at us. Yeah, and
But here's the other thing again. If Avengers, let me put it this way, if Sam's movie had made like $1 billion, he would still be. They would make him the main character.
mm-hmm.
I thought the one where the King of Makeup Artists would do a soft reboot and bring back aspects from previous runs. Well, here's the thing. That could be what it is, though.
And could basically be saying that most of new history is the new history.
Yeah, what it could just be essentially like lining it a little bit more with new history, and then there you go.
Well,
Or
basically, it's like this. It's like death metal. Look what death metal did. It completely obliterated the Earth.
Yeah, that one. Even then, they didn't reboot the universe.
No, but instead they added more to the toy box. Basically, death metal, if you still remember, it's when Scott Snyder blew up the toy box.
Well, it's because of death metal that we have the absolute universe.
Technically, because that's when the Elseworld planet, which eventually became the absolute planet, was first mentioned.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like that's the thing about this is like the most, if it's gonna screw with continuity at all, which it could, well, which it kind of is, because the winner is gonna be able to reshape reality according to their wishes. It's like they're not gonna hard reboot, but it would most likely just be like, okay, let's soft reboot this.
By the way, just like death metal, Superman is going to go missing, kind of like Wonder Woman did.
Interesting.
But I wonder who's going to be writing where he's going to end up.
That would be interesting. Like, what's going to be his fate?
What? Tevya, I'm talking about in the end, after the 5G stuff, because there was rewrites for death metal.
Oh yeah, well, here's the thing. Part of it was because of COVID, they like blew up the event, and by blew up, I mean so many more tie-ins.
Yep, they even said that. I remember Scott said that many times.
Yeah, and 1610, a soft reboot is where they don't start from square one and pretend we never published comics.
New 52 was soft reboot. Yeah, it's a hard reboot.
Soft reboot is when they basically the story continues, but small things in the reality are changed to better.
Infinite Crisis was a soft reboot.
Yeah, exactly. And it's where the characters themselves start new arcs and stuff, but it's not like they like immediately pretend like these ones never happened.
For example, in the case of was in post Infinite Crisis, they brought back the whole Batman apprehended Joe Chill, at which I went against everything Denny O'Neil, because Denny O'Neil, I love the man, rest in peace. But one of the things that always bothered me, that he was one of those who, for some reason, thought if Batman had apprehended him, he would give up being Batman.
Yeah. I wish that this happens in a way, because it's a good time to bring back Hippolyta and Alfred. Honestly, Robert,
they could use it to bring back Alfred if they want. That's
not a bad like theory to have. Again, it's like if they want to do that, but I was like, that actually is not unrealistic. Wow.
Yeah.
That is something. But yeah, Final Crisis is a soft reboot?
Kind of, sort of, maybe.
Well, it's what Grant Morrison thinks a soft reboot is.
I gotta be honest, Final Crisis is not really a crisis.
Okay, then what is it?
Well, no. It's It's a Grant Morrison event.
Yeah, because here's the thing about Grant Morrison events. They seem like crises, but they're really not crises.
Yep. I mean, granted, it dealt with everything collapsing. Let's be honest, it was not the traditional crisis.
Yeah, and 1610 they're not going to undo Joe Chill being the one who killed the parents. They're never going to do
No,
that.
but can you agree with what I just said, though? Let's be honest. That was a ridiculous mindset for him to have.
Yeah, exactly. It feels like this could be similar to 0 Hours soft reboot. Yeah, I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
Tabby said, I personally prefer Batman casting Joe Chill and move on. Yeah, it's fine. But yeah,
We're moving on. You're giving up the mantle?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No.
I think what he means is it's like not dwelling on it.
Oh no, but I know that I will agree with. I'm just saying that's why I have my argument against what O'Neill believed.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and by the way, show a scene where Hippolyta and Alfred met on. Why would Hippolyta and Alfred meet?
Well, and again, okay, I know, and Alfred I can see coming back. Hippolyta.
Again, unless they want to change who is like the god, the makeup of the gods that give Mary Marvel her powers, or they want to just de-emphasize Mary Marvel.
But again, that would be going, which is true. But again, Josie wanted to make sure that she would not fall into the same pitfall before, where Billy loses powers, go wonky, she's screwed.
Or like, well, here's the thing: they could change another person for the age. That's the point. They could. Will they? Will they? I don't know. I'm not in the. It's confirmed yet.
Here's the other thing: Hippolyta's not off the board.
Mm-hmm. She still shows
Unlike
up.
Alfred, Hippolyta's not off the board. So NJ, she's still around. If people want to use her, she's still around to be used.
If they don't want to bring her back, she could just still show up and hang out with Diana. It's not like
there's nothing stopping her. And she went from being the queen of the Amazons to a goddess, but nothing really changed.
Yeah, and what happened to Alfred's kids? I have no idea.
His daughter's still out there.
Yeah, Flashpoint was originally meant to be a soft reboot too. No, it was just supposed to be a regular Flash story, but it's like they wanted to do a reboot now, so they're like, Jeff, reboot it.
Yeah, basically it was supposed to be House of M.
Yeah, it was just supposed to be a regular as regular a Flash event as you can get.
Unfortunately, Cameron, Alfred's body got blown up.
Yeah, so
at the end of Joker War.
Oh, and by the way, before you ask, I hate that Alfred's dead, or like they haven't like.
I agree.
Anything. Yeah, it's like at this point, it is time to bring it back. To bring it back, it is. It's like no, we're done. So that's the one where they actually really could do it. Mm-hmm. She should be back as an Amazon because she sucks. Well, here's the thing. What if another writer comes on and does better? This isn't like with Trinity, where in my mind the characters are redeemable. There is potential there. Go ahead, Robert.
The other reason why they're not going to bring Hippolyta back, because then Nubia is no longer the queen.
No, well, here's the thing. They because what NJ advocates for is like Hippolyta hanging out in Man's World with Diana.
No, and I get that, but again, nothing's stopping her from doing that if she wishes it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like
goddess can walk around men.
She could just snap her. I mean, remember, Diana walked all the way to Olympus because you can do that.
Okay, I want to point out to NJ. NJ, the main reason why they did this whole goddess thing with Hippolyta was so Nubia can become the queen. That's it.
And they didn't want to do like a whole abdicating the throne thing.
No, they wanted it because they knew if you abdicate, some writer could come back and have it be she could take over.
Yeah,
so they decided to do the goddess thing, which could still allow her to be utilized if they wish. Again, it's not like Alfred, which he's permanently off the board.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of Batman characters, still.
Oh boy, I just realized that's going to happen with Netflix. That they're not going to get rid of Bernard anytime soon.
No, don't be so sure. It depends on what they're actually going to push for when it comes to like it depends on how involved in the comics they're going to be.
Right, but NJ, and I get that, but being a goddess doesn't stop that from happening.
Yeah, she can just hang out with Diana. The goddess thing does not preclude that.
Exactly. Because again, gods walk among men all the time. How do you think Zeus sired all those kids?
Exactly. Or as Britt says, laid his scroll everywhere. Dave asked, do you believe that WBCL could lead to a hard reboot sooner than later? Later rather than sooner if it happens at all, in my opinion.
Again, because
it depends on how involved Netflix wants to be with the comics.
I don't think they even care.
I don't think they even care. Like this way, again, the most that they'll probably do, Dave, is tell DC to improve their sales. That's it for right now.
Mm-hmm. But like I said, I mean, I just want to emphasize that with Apollo one last time. Mm-hmm. There's nothing keeping her from doing what you want, NJ. There isn't.
Yeah, it's like they could do it now. You just need a writer to want to do it. That's it. You don't really. She can be a co-lead in the book.
Exactly. Like I said, all she did was elevate her position. That's it.
In many ways, it gave her being the queen. Superpowers.
Yeah, it doesn't differentiate anything from her being the queen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So it's not going to be like it's not as like exclusionary as you think. And if you say because no one else has done anything with her, okay, well, how do you know the next writer might not do?
I just realized something about Hippolyta, dude. Now she's the only one who's had a membership on both JLA and JSA in current continuity.
Oh yeah,
not Diana.
Oh,
Hippolyta.
Yeah. That's interesting.
She was on He Who Shall Not Be Named, and she's on the JSA.
Okay, why does he repeat the sovereign? I'm gonna see because what I want to see, because Tabby, you do bring up a good point, Tabby. I want to be clear on that. But it's like this is one of those occasions where let's see if it's actually a repeat. It could be a repeat because Tom King's a lazy ass writer in this run, but I want to see if he at least does something new with it.
Yeah, and I'll say this: I do think. I know you could say there was all the it's red eggs. No, that was always his plan. Let's be honest. The whole Sovereign was never going to put up a fight with Diana. But building up to a female daughter who could put up a fight, that makes sense.
He better explain why this character is so strong, because I'm sorry.
I agree.
If you don't explain, Robert, have you read the issue?
Not yet. I'll get to it. I will get to it. I will get to it.
One thing I want to rant about because.
Sorry, dude. I will get to it by next week. I'm sorry.
Let me put it this way. There's one thing in this that I know is going to peeve you. It may not piss you off, but it will peeve you. Anyway, right. I don't want to.
Okay, NJ, that's where you're getting to what you want, not what's okay for the character. That is something like that goes back to the gun statement.
Here's the thing, NJ. I will say that. I will say that she belongs with the sisters. Here's the thing, NJ. I'm going to bring up one point here, okay? All right. What was she? What important role was she really playing in the books before she became a goddess? She was just there.
She was just there.
It's not like they did a lot of stuff with her before.
Aside from her on the Justice League.
Yeah, that's it. And that was due to that was due only to the reason that Diana was in Valhalla dead.
Exactly.
It would be one thing if like she had this big role and stuff, and they were doing a lot of like Wonder Woman stories.
She hasn't done that much.
So they were probably like, how do we make her like how do we like revitalize the character?
Nubia's done more as queen than Hippolyta has in the past decade.
Yeah, exactly. So there is that. So I'll give you that. Now, again, is it okay to want that? Oh, yeah, 100%. And would I like a story? Would I want Hippolyta to play more of a role in Diana's life? Absolutely. She doesn't have to be a human to do that. She's even more absent now. Okay, that could be true. That could be true. Now, here's the thing. Using her more does not preclude her being a goddess.
Exactly.
That's the key point here.
She can walk among the mortals.
Because personally, NJ, you can want whatever you want, but personally, it's more realistic to just say use Hippolyta more.
Exactly, that's more realistic. Because again, they're not going to get rid of Nubia being queen.
Yeah,
and they're not going to do that. And they're going to make that correlation. Can we agree to that?
Because do
making
you
that
know how
girl-
bad it would look if, like, they took the Queen of Color and replaced her with
queer.
a queer? Well, Hippolyta's queer too, so that part is covered.
But
But-
that's true. That's true. But more people know Nubia is queer than Hippolyta.
But if Rebirth Trade 1 is canon, that kind of
But here's it. Hippolyta's bi. You have Nubia, who's a lesbian.
Okay, that's true.
That makes her
I
more.
mean,
I'm sorry.
on the hierarchy that is. But it's like the point is, it would look doubly bad for people. With a good writer, she
Oh
could
yeah,
use-
that goes for anything.
Oh yeah, that's what we're saying. With a good writer, she could be great as a goddess as well.
Exactly. But again, you need that. That's where the folly of Wonder Woman being relegated to one book comes from.
And again, we've talked about now. Again, I've said many times, Wonder Woman would massively benefit from another book. She just needs to sell more.
That's the thing. You can't just do it on a whim
And
and
trust
just
me.
hope.
Now, here's the thing. Here's what they could do, which would be nice: a Hippolyta miniseries.
Yeah. By the way, NJ, now we're just reaching into what you want. Where
A
you're going for
normal
that.
Amazon. I mean, I see what you're saying there, but Hippolyta label this way. Hippolyta's known for being the queen of the Amazons.
But again, she's mostly been able to use the trope Orcus on her throne, where basically just sits on the throne and doesn't do much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. In the past couple decades, aside from Amazon's attack,
Yeah, exactly.
Hippolyta barely done anything besides a little bit here and there on some stories.
Mhm.
Jerry, can you name anything besides her being in the JLA and everything, or Amazon's attack or dying in New 52 that was considered major,
She died in New. Oh yeah.
and Trials of the Amazon, but that was her death anyway.
I mean, being on the League and He Must Not Be Names run.
I just said that. Besides that, she really, compared to what Nubia's done, they've actually made an
They even
emphasis.
did a crappy book called Nubia and the Justice League.
Yeah, when everyone's praising her, but again,
Yes, Queen, and I go. Oh, shut
Nubia has been a character that has been given more agenda, and Hippolyta was just there. I'm sorry, NJ. Her being a god is probably the best thing done to her.
And, yeah, she's cool. Okay, so she's cool. She was the one who made Nubia queen with a good writer. She uses an Amazon with normal powers. Hippolyta never. Oh, wait, yeah, Hippolyta did have some powers. That's why she was a Justice Leaguer.
Yep. Okay, but NJ, you realize this is going to be a demotion for Hippolyta then?
Going from a goddess to a regular Amazon.
Not even a queen.
Not even a
No
queen.
writer's going to want that. They want her to have some sort of authority.
Realistically, DC is definitely not going to want that.
They're not going to want to demote her to a secondary.
And NJ, I know that to you it wouldn't necessarily be a demotion, but to DC editorial it would be seen as a demotion.
Yep, exactly. Again, NJ, this is where James Gunn's phrase and statement come from. Would you agree with that, Jared?
Mhm.
Don't conflate what you want with what everyone else wants.
Yeah, exactly. How do you feel about Superman versus Homelander?
Derek Robinson doing that cover? That sold it.
Yeah.
That sold it.
That is so cool. I'm so happy about that. I love that.
Again, NJ, that will yes, live with Diana and babysit Lizzie. Yes, she could do that, but again, what's to stop her from visiting and helping out with Lizzie if she
Could do that now. She could do that now.
And again, being a goddess gives her way more power and being helpful and useful to Diana if a writer wishes it.
It's not like she's stuck on Olympus.
Exactly. We saw her go and bang Ares.
Even though
Hey,
she
that
didn't.
counts.
Even though she didn't.
You know what I meant.
I know.
But again, NJ, we're kind of getting, maybe we should start around because I think we're just going to go in circles with a semantic argument.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. But yeah, so it's like all in all, some pretty great. Marvel is finally healing, baby.
Slowly.
It's like if you looked at any scene of Hugh Jackman's Wolverine healing, but put it at 25% speed.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that is. But so far, I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm liking can she live with Diana as a goddess? I guess, why not?
If a writer wants her to.
If a writer, being a goddess does not NJ, her being a god. This is what we're trying to tell you. Her being a goddess does not preclude her from doing the things that you want her to do.
Exactly. In fact, going your route would limit her.
Yeah, it would limit her and what they could do. But with this, she could do that and even help Diana in battle as well. Easy.
And help her sisters.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing is, if anyone wants to write a story where the gods decide to be a-holes, she could be there to either warn or stop them.
Yeah, exactly. Barry, Dave, it would be funny if Superman drops Homeland in 3 seconds. It would be accurate.
Okay, I don't think Kirkman would have agreed to that.
Kirkman?
Yeah, Kirkman. Yeah, no, not Kirkman.
Ennis.
Why do you think Kirk? I'm thinking about Omni-Man. My mistake.
Well, what Dave brings up an interesting point because again, it's like, yeah, my theory is that
Ennis would agree to it. I just realized Ennis would agree to it.
Yeah, he would because he loves Superman.
I was wrong. I don't know why I was saying Kirkman.
Because remember, these are just gonna be practice people. What happened if Hippolyta and Ares
No.
We said that didn't happen.
Yeah, but anyway, let's wrap things up.
But so we're praying for her to return to normal Amazon where you can agree to disagree. Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Sure.
Yeah. Totally fine, NJ. And to be clear, NJ, I want the basic of what you want, Hippolyta being used more. That is
exactly.
We are 100% simpatico on that, my friend.
Agreed. I completely agree with that.
100%. She should be. I'm 100% clear with that. But yeah, so we are 100% simpatico, my friend. But anyway, so Robert, where can we find you and what have you got coming on your channel?
Link down below in the description. I'm starting my Kingdom Hearts streamings, and I kept getting my butt whooped by Titus in my first start of it.
Ah, sweet.
Not sweet, dude. It was frustrating.
Yeah. As for me, and by Dave, 0.
What?
0. It's over.
Nope. It's over.
And plus, here's the thing, Dave. You showed a plate, so I'm not going to hold it against you. Paramount lied about the deal.
They did, big time.
They lied about a lot of and they tried to like emotionally manipulate WB's shareholders. Anyway,
that ticked them off.
As for Comics League, back Athena anyway, because here's the thing. I'm going to be keeping the backers and obviously you guys, but also the backers updated as we go because my plan is to relaunch in January with a much smaller funding goal. So chances are it will, the book will come out. Let me put it to that way. So that is going to come out. But yeah, as for that, so as for Comics League, movie that's going to be on Sunday, we're going to be talking about John Carter of Mars. Yep. As for Super Wonder Legacy, Britt and I are going to be discussing how each couple that we've covered, or like a select couple, would spend Christmas. And let's see, what else? As for Amazon Answers, I'm going to be talking about the many children that Diana has had that are infinitely better than Trinity. Stevie is going to be one of them. Trust me, Robert.
Yep.
As for Wonder Woman Wednesday, I haven't really determined what my next thing is going to be. Under Two Capes is next week is going to be what would a Green Lantern Beyond look like?
Yep.
That's what we're getting. And Robert has an idea that's straight to my heart. Straight to my heart. And Robert, please try and read Wonder Woman's your review next week.
I will. I was just trying to get caught up for something we're going to talk about after we're done.
Sure. But anyway, stay heroic, everyone. Remember, Lois Lane is Lois Lane. She belongs to General Zod. Zois the Maxibat for life. We will see you guys later. And I guess I could say this now. Steve Rogers is Captain America.